What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. So today is another trade breakdown of a trade that I just took on Yes. It was a nice short trade where I took around 3R. So let me start off with the analysis of this trade. As you can see, the pre-market was very rangy and very choppy. It had a nice support level over here, and it had a supply as well at the top here, where the pre-market has resisted a couple of times. Now my analysis was, as you see the pre-market high right here, I drew a line there as I wanted this pre-market high to get swept before I start looking for sells. So on the lower time frame, as you can see right here, we swept this very early in the first 5 minutes of the market open. There was quite some news in the first 30 minutes of the market open, so I decided to not trade and wait. There was, although, an opportunity right here at the top at the 55.25s, which I missed, and price dropped quite a bit and then came back and made another M5 double or even triple top that you can call it. And I decided to enter right here at the 53.75s using order flow, which I'll get to now in a minute. And let me just show you guys the actual order so you can see that I actually took this trade. So you can see the entry was right here at the 53.75 was my entry. I took partials along the way here, and my full target was right here, which was the current low of day target. Now I wanted to take partials at where this white line is, which is the midnight opening price. You can see this is the midnight opening price right there. And as soon as I clicked here, price just jumped up a little bit, and with the spread took me out a little bit higher. So that's okay. It's just part of of the game. But anyway, so in a couple of minutes later, then my full target was hit. I didn't want to be too greedy. As you can see, the market was very choppy, very wicky everywhere. So I didn't want to go for massive targets. I could have targeted this demand, but I was happy with targeting just the current low of day. So let me just take a look at the 1 minute and show you guys the actual price action. So you can see at the market open, it was just bouncing up and down, breaking the previous low of day multiple times. So that's why I decided to exit at the low of day, as we might see some rejection from that area. Now you can see on the M1 there were multiple double tops or triple tops, quadruple tops, whatever you want to call it. That's why I usually look at the M5, and then I use order flow to decide when I actually want to enter. So let's go into the bookmap and show you. So this was the whole range right here. This is a trade that I missed. Right here you can see a lot of aggressive buying that got trapped, and then aggressive selling started stepping in. So this is where I originally wanted to sell. It just happened very quick, and I also felt that it was a little bit risky to take this trade right at the top. And then this drop down happened quite fast. Then you can see that price came back up again right here, and then again you can see aggressive buying that got weakened, trapped, and then aggressive sellers started stepping in, and this one I decided to take the market short. A little bit of a later entry. I could have entered a little bit higher. You can see aggressive sellers started stepping in already at this price level, 45.75, so should have been entry around the .50s or .25s, but anyways, I had a little bit of a later entry at the 53.75 over here, targeting the low of day at that point, which was this low right here. This is where I decided to take a full exit, and as you can see, it was a pretty clean trade with taking partials around the 50s, which is around midway of my full target. And then the market just dropped a little bit below, had a nice retrace again, and then went further deeper into this demand, where you can actually see that price is reacting off nicely. But also in the pre-market plan, I had this drawn out where I wanted the pre-market lows to be manipulated. As you can see right here, this was a pre-market low, so I was waiting for a sweep of this, which hasn't happened yet, so I wouldn't have taken this trade. Obviously, I was already done for the day with this one short. This was my only trade of the day. But yeah, I wouldn't have taken this even if I wouldn't have hadn't taken any trades. I would still wait for the pre-market lows to get swept before entering a long. It's just safer for me. I've had quite some losses where I wouldn't wait for a proper sweep, especially if it's this close to the pre-market lows and it's this rangy, balanced market conditions. So yeah, that was just a safer bet for me. Same thing as I did here. I was waiting for the pre-market highs to get swept before actually looking for sells. All right. So anyways, guys, this was the trade breakdown of today's trades. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. See you in the next video.